Today is the 12th of January 2026, and if you are watching this and were part of the Matric 2025, which was last year, I want to firstly say congratulations for making it this far. Today is the day that the 2025 Matric results come out, and I want to say congratulations. You guys definitely deserve it. And I also want to say, may God's grace be with you for the future that is to come. For whatever comes next, you're going to need a lot of God's grace, dude. Because honestly speaking, it's not just luck. Wishing you luck means nothing, really, because you're going to need a lot of grit, hard work, and tenacity if you really want to succeed in the real world. So, all the best, and whatever path you take, put a lot of effort in it, and do your best, and do it to its fullest. Because honestly speaking, that's all we have. Hi again. So my name is, if you don't know, my name is Doz Makwaz, but formerly I prefer to be called Makwaz. So now I'm officially a second year student at DUT, the Durban University of Technology, and I am studying electronic engineering, or electronic and computer engineering, and I want to break down 3 different perspectives, or 3 takeaways that I got from my first year at DUT, and hopefully share some helpful advice that will definitely help you on your road as a first year student, especially straight out of Matric. Without further ado, number 1, lifestyle. And starting off there with the first point, lifestyle. Dude, once you're in varsity, it needs to you need to take away the fact that, you're not being spoon-fed anymore. Lifestyle truly just changes, especially if you're going to stay at a res or a resident house near your campus, and that's a general thing. So you're away from home, and it didn't click to me that, okay, cool, I'm now an adult, and essentially you're now an adult, a young adult. No one is there to take care of you. You take care of yourself, bro. And that's the reality of it, because essentially no one's there to wake you up, remind you to go to school, get your homework done, make sure your assignments are not missed, they're handed in time. No one's going to be there for you, especially when it comes to missing classes. They don't really take that much. Okay, yeah, they do take registration, in terms of class register and everything, but no one really gives a shit whether you miss a class or you attend. Not even a lecture. I mean, think about it. There are over 200 students in a lecture room, and you're telling me I'm supposed to care about that one guy that decides to not attend? I'm be like, oh, push button man. And another thing is, you guys would tend to drift off and literally not take care of your studies. And in the beginning of the year, I know what it's like. You're locked in. You're telling yourself, I'm going to be focusing, but never follow through. You get carried away. That lifestyle, and essentially the environment that you choose or that you make for yourself isn't one of someone that can actually lock in and stay focused. your lifestyle, your circle, it's your environment there. That's the first thing I'm gonna highlight, that your lifestyle will change. No one is going to be chasing after you, so you need to be the one to chase after yourself. Survival tip number one is definitely start chasing after yourself. Make sure you got a proper timetable. Not just a timetable, but a proper time management system. Because a lot of students have a problem with time management. Dude, I literally took a fucking survey, passed it around school, and the biggest problem was time management. A lot of the students, even when I asked them in my very own class, was time management. Time management. It's crazy, you know. And that could be detrimental for you. So that's my first tip. Time management. And the second tip I can pass on to you for this one is try to get an accountability partner. If not a partner, someone that you can stand accountable, that can keep you accountable, bro. Because once you start missing classes and you start fucking around and not focusing on your studies, you're cooked. Like, mega cooked. Like, your whole first 6 months is gone, bro. So get someone or get people that can keep you accountable if you fail to keep yourself accountable. Like, it's good to have an accountability system. A system whereby wherever you lack shit, you can Spotify it and then boom. You can spot it exactly at that instance and then boom, fix it as quick as possible so that you can essentially get back on track. Now, point number two, how classes generally work. Okay, so remember how in high school, your teacher would come to class, you'd take notes, study or get homework, study some more, write a test, pass, or better yet, we use the CPF method, cram, pass, and forget, and you'd be scot-free. Now, this system kind of still applies, but this time in varsity, it's different, and I wish someone actually kind of would have told me how it actually works and how to navigate the process. So, in terms of how classes work, since I go to DUT, right, or a technical school, you kind of get three different types of what can I call it? I can't really call it segments, but ways of teaching. Okay, 3 ways of teaching, or three. I'll find the word for it. So, firstly, you get classes, right? You have to attend your classes. Secondly, you get tutorials. And then thirdly, you'll get practicals. Especially if you're going to DAT, this will be helpful. You get classes, practicals, and tutorials. Alright? So with general classes are basically where you will be taught or be lectured. That's the best way to put it. And there's a reason why we call lecturers, and why they're called lecturers in the first place is because essentially they're different from the teachers. Lecturers will explain something or create slides or notes on a specific topic or the module, on a specific topic that is being taught, and they'll explain it, but like almost like an overview. All right, and then they'll go in deeper into a certain point or a certain subtopic within that topic, right? But then it's different from teaching, and if you don't understand, right, that's where you would go to your tutorials. obviously. Tutorials is where, like, you'd get work based on what you were taught in class, do the work, and you are expected to have certain questions and know about whereabouts on how to actually tackle certain tasks, or basically clarify any misconception that was being taught in class or the tutorial work that you were given. Now, to take out the bullshit, lecturers will lecture, alright? And like I said, if you come to DOT, our lectures are good, and whatever school you actually go to, besides just going to DOT, and if you're watching this, you're going like around the province, outside the province, out of Durban, wherever you go to, you will find lecturers that don't know how to lecture or teach, right? So essentially, your lecturers are still teachers, right? But they're there to kind of explain what's being taught. Okay, so treat your lecturer like a teacher do. Respect them, obviously, and if you do get confused, right, my first survival tip is ask questions. Don't be afraid of asking. Like, oh my goodness, bro, this is one of the biggest things I feel like most students should definitely take up, okay? Because, bro, don't sit there and act confused. Yes, into my gain, I gain, bro. But if you do find yourself getting lost, don't be afraid to hold on, raise your hand, and ask a question. And I know you people people will be like, no, I'm shy. Dude, it's your life that's on the line. Your degree is on the line. So first survival tip is literally pick up your hand and ask that question. Alright? Yeah, sure, you can definitely sit in front of class. That's another probably survival tip I would advise. So sitting in front of class so you can actually hear the lecture. And if you don't hear it, obviously you could obviously, like, ask if they could raise their voice or something like that. I don't know. But I prefer to like sit like in front of class, but not way too close. I prefer like to sit like somewhere like third row, fourth row, middle, and with your lecturers, bro, like I said before, treat them like teachers, dude. Go to them, ask them questions, dude. Let them know, ask for clarity, because it's pointless of actually going to a lecture room or a classroom in general and then leaving there and saying, I learned nothing. It makes no difference. Go away with something. That's like literally I think that's literally my number one 2026, not resolutions, but things that I wanted to change. Whenever I go into a certain place, I want to leave with something. When I go to work, right, I want to make sure that I leave with something. I can't go there for free, dude. Nothing is free, dude. Especially most of the times, I hate getting my heart. Now, then we also have practicals. If you, like I said, if you come into DUT, practicals are basically practical sessions. So I do engineering, and so whatever you'll have like certain modules where you'd get practical stuff to do. Like, for example, if you're doing digital electronics or analog electronics, if you're going to be signing up for electronics, or if you're doing like computer science or anything, then you'd have to code or create programs and programming and coding, build circuits. If you're doing like analog electronics, then you'd be like building circuits, simple circuits on what you were taught in class, but only based in what was taught in class. So I think that's one of the main takeaways there. Another one for me, and another survival tip, because I think this is the second survival tip, is don't miss class. And even if you choose to miss class or skip class, do whatever it takes to catch up and keep yourself updated, because once you miss class, you miss a chapter. Yeah, that's right. One chapter is equivalent to one class. That's how fast varsity is moving. And just so you know, it's hella different from high school. In matric or in high school, you'd get a breakup of 3 chapters, 3 to 4 chapters, and you do it in one term. Now, one chapter is equivalent to one class in varsity. So, whatever you do, do not fall behind, because the moment you fall behind, you are cooked. Like, you're cooked. There's no way around it, dude. That is the best way I can emphasize it. You're cooked. Because I remember having to try and study 13 chapters worth of work. Did not go too well in 2 days. Did not go well under 2 days. Trust me. I had to write a supplementary exam, and that was not nice. And to lead up to my last point, lastly, and hopefully this will never be released, what you signed up for. What you actually signed up for. I think this is a little bit of a big one, because essentially you guys, look, there's a lot that's gonna be going on in varsity. But to stay on point, what you guys actually signed up for, right? I know when it came to like the build up from grade 9, I know you guys did LO. From grade 9, it was literally just pushing towards having to know what your career, what you're gonna be doing after high school. You know, trying to build the interest, the passion, love for something. Now, I want to make it clear to you that during your research, I know you guys were looking at the salaries, how much a specific career or job would pay if you just got into an entry-level degree, or a degree entry-level, or entry-level. Or probably like, you know, how much the pay was in a certain industry or career path that you take. And a lot of that hype, you know, that hype that you're looking at, essentially, yeah, it's true. Lawyers, engineers, doctors, they get paid. Accountants, they get paid a lot. Trust me, they get paid a lot. Alright? But in reality, the process that was actually taken to get to that level of being paid that much, it's truly a process. And the world just hypes up how much people gets paid, what standard they're on, but they'll never tell you how much work it took just to get to that point. No one speaks about the process. And even what's better now is that you have like TikTok and Instagram and Reels, and to actually tell you like shit. It's, yeah, we do have mental breakdowns, because some people do have mental breakdowns because it's hard. It's hard. Not sugarcoating, bro. It's hard, bro. It's hard. It's hard. And I want to break down that reality that if you thought that high school was tiring, then this, with varsity, what you're gonna go through, it's harder. And I actually understand why my lecturer told me when I went for a one-on-one. session with my lecturer for digital electronics, and he was like, "Yas makwas." It's not. Varsity isn't a place where you come to learn, but like it's where you build resilience. Not just that, but it's not because you try to become number one or get high marks. No. The person that succeeds here in varsity is the one with the most resilience. Varsity needs resilience. And what is resilience? In simple terms, resilience is how much bullshit you're willing to take, how much bullshit you can handle, and still keep up the standard of consistency and execution. And lastly, how you can use your skills to become different or to outbest everyone in the same class or the same courses. Dude, the first 2 points that I mentioned, how much bullshit you can take and how much you can handle, there is nothing more important than that. Because, dude, varsity is just pressure on pressure on pressure and endless work. Because, honestly speaking, you'd finish one assignment, there's another one waiting for you. If you finish one test, there's another test waiting for you. Like, there is no such thing as test week. It just, from test week, it becomes like test month. Dude, I remember my second semester, dog. I thought it was gonna be test week and realized, I had to write 3 tests in 1 week. Then the next, there was another two more tests in that other week. And on top of that, I had a couple of assignments that I needed to hand in that week, and still your lecturers will be like, fuck yeah, assignments need to be handed in. I don't give a fuck. Literally, you'll get lecturers that will literally look at you and be like, I don't give a fuck. I need something to mark, and if your name isn't on that list, I ain't marking shit, and you won't get your marks, bro. You won't get the results. So does it really matter if you were like the highest in the class during matric, if you were really number one, if you were getting all A's? Not really. Not really. That means no shit to us. It means no shit to us. So my survival tip for this one: eat it. Eat as much bullshit as you can. Pressure builds diamonds, dude. Pressure builds diamonds, dude. Pressure builds diamonds. Don't break under the pressure. You thought Mijik was pressurizing. Come be in our shoes, dude. You're finally get cooked. You're finally get cooked, and I'm not lying, bro. You're gonna be baked alive. And I'm not trying to scare you, but it's the reality of it, and we need to face that reality. You can't escape it. The best thing you can do for yourself is to literally just stay focused, stay grounded, and fight through the cause. Your course is the course that you signed up for doesn't give a shit about you. It's one hell of a toxic relationship. A relationship whereby you need to drive and push yourself no matter what hardship you go through. And trust me, it's okay when you fail. When you fail, it's okay. Trust me, there are other people that fail too. There are other people that fail too. If you fail module, it's okay, bro. It's okay, bro. As long as you keep going and you finish your course, that's all that counts. Finishing is what counts. Getting it done is what counts. So, I think that's about it. like, comment, subscribe, and if you are coming down to DUT, mention it in the comments, or please put it down in the comments what university you're going to be heading to, like, this year, and what you're studying, what's your aim, what's your goals. And honestly speaking, just do your best, bro. Do your best, bro. Like, in matric, they told you, just do your best. Yeah, give it your all, duh. Give it your all. Stay focused, stay locked in. And that's all I want for you niggas. And that's what all I want from you boys and girls. All I want to do, all I want to hear is, like, I want to see the youth win. That's all I want to see. I want to see my own boys win. I want to see my own girls win. You know, I just want to see everyone that watches, not only just you people that watch this channel, but essentially everyone that wins. And the best thing you can do for yourself is just lock in. Lock in. You only got like 3 to 4 years, bro. Just lock in. I'm not saying don't get a girlfriend, don't get a boyfriend, bro. Just lock in. Just lock in. Just a little. Just a little. Sacrifice those time, man. Sacrifice it. Because the sacrifice will be worth it at the end. Will be worth it at the end. So like, comment, subscribe, bro. Share with your friends. Most definitely share with your friends. Whoever else is in matric, or who else is in matric, or that's going to be heading to varsity. And let's go, man, bro. Let's go, man, bro. I'll do the most. And shout out to those who are going to be going to DUT, and also that be in my course as well, electronics. If you need help, just hit me up, bro. Don't be scared. Let me know if we're gonna be doing the same course, and I'll gladly help you out, bro. I'll take you to all my best. I'll hook you up, bro. I'll hook you up, dog. I'm serious. I'll hook you up, dog. Alright, but other than that, dog, I'll be seeing you. Shout.